All right, guys, this is Jeff from St. Vincent. Another beautiful day here in downtown LA. If you haven't watched our videos, we're gonna put the link below. We have the Labubu video. We're doing a watch giveaway. So we'll put the link below, take a look at it. Now today, I'm in a spot you guys probably know, it's Andre's Corner. I'm here with Andre, but the interesting part is I have no idea what Andre has planned. He's like, just come down here. So now I'm sitting. Andre, what are we doing?
Today, we're going to talk about the Seiko Power Design Project. It's an initiative launched by Seiko in 2001.
Okay.
To kind of have projects, kind of like the Lubu project that you did, to kind of reach out to creatives and design new concepts for watches. So the project initially ran from 2001 to 2009, and then they stopped. They reintroduced it in 2023.
Okay.
And it is a current project till now. All right, so we'll be talking about the 2025 collection, which is incredibly specialized watches.
Okay.
We're gonna go through them and rank them out of 1 to 10. And
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna see what your commentary is on
Okay,
them.
got it. Okay, I like watches, so let's do that. Okay.
Yeah. Santa Claus specialized watch.
Santa Claus specialized watch. Okay.
As you can tell, it has a GMT band, case lid, and symbolic shapes on the actual watch dial.
So it's an interesting looking watch. Okay. Never seen something like that before.
So Santa themed. What I think is interesting is they kind of hark back to the old World War I and World War II watches, where you can see kind of how it's designed to be worn on the outside of your suit versus on your wrist with the thick bands. They have big knobs, so it's easier to grab with gloves, and it has a cover probably for protection to make sure you don't damage the watch while you're moving things around. Or
it almost looks like a pocket watch that they slapped onto like a leather band.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that because in the past that is actually what they did. Since,
oh, okay.
Yeah, since you actually need to tell the time, you need something very legible. They didn't really have small movements. So they basically put lugs on a pocket watch and strap it
on there.
You'll notice the star-shaped hand along with the reindeer for the hands.
Yeah, I saw
it
that.
is GMT, so it is dual time zone. And the luminous background is very interesting too, just so you're able to read it at nighttime.
Okay. You would think Santa Claus would need 24 time zones because he's Santa Claus, but
and you think he'd have 20/20 vision since he's traveling around the world.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, maybe he's old like us, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he needs glasses now.
Yeah, he needs these.
He needs readers.
Okay.
Yeah, as you can tell, it's on a strap. There's leather in the back. So I think the designer intended to have the watch not touch your skin. So your wrist doesn't get cold from the metal, which makes sense if you're traveling in sub-zero temperatures.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All over the world.
Yeah, I think the only design element I'm not really too fond of are the hands. Cool in concept, but the hands are kind of it's like triangle, not like rounded triangle shape, and I think it's kind of hard to tell the time.
But the interesting. It's a conversational piece.
It is. It is a very interesting conversational piece. I guess around Christmas time, because when else would you wear it, right?
That's
if
true.
you wore it on Easter, then
it wouldn't apply.
It wouldn't fit the theme.
Okay. Now we're supposed to rate this, but what are we basing our rating on?
I think we can base this off design, like how much you like it, and the design concept itself on how functional or how interesting the watch actually is.
So basically, we're gonna rate it on the design of how it looks.
Yes.
And the second part is gonna be how much do we like it and how much would we want something like it.
Exactly.
So we may have some numbers way off. Okay.
I think so.
Okay. So if you're asking me, and in my opinion, I would say the design is probably, again, not seeing any of the other watches. I'd say this design is probably like a 7. Something I would wear or I would want is probably like a 2. I'm being honest here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a conversational piece, but I would probably not wear anything like that.
Yeah.
But okay. What about you?
I think my train of thought is along the same, just because watches like this have been around for a while. And I don't like how you have to actually open up the case to view the time.
That's true.
Because even the old pilot watches didn't really have covers. And like the Cartier Pasha, they had the grates. So it's actually see-through. So you can just view the watch instead of having to do another operation to view the time. I think in terms of desirability, I'm also at a 2.
But the design is interesting.
Design is interesting, but I think if you wanted a design like this, there are a lot of old pocket watch-based watches that you can already buy that would have the actual history and prestige and provide the same conversational point that this watch would. All right, so next up we have the Ninja Stealth Watch. As you can tell, it's like a watch you wrap around your wrist. And what's interesting is you'll notice it has a movable glass, so you can actually feel the time in the dark.
Got it. It makes sense because you're in stealth mode. You want to see what time it is. You run your finger over it, almost like Braille.
Exactly. Not a lot of people know, but Seiko actually did make a Braille watch for a few years in the past.
Oh wow. Okay, that would be interesting.
These days, it's probably not as necessary, but back when tech wasn't as advanced, how else would you be able to tell time?
That's true. So now this it's a strap you wear around your wrist, and then the watch goes on the strap. Is that how it works?
Looking at the pictures, it looks like it's just one piece, and then you just wrap it around your
I
wrist.
see. Like a Band-Aid?
Yeah, like a Band-Aid or something. Yeah, actually, you're right. It does look like a Band-Aid.
Okay. What else? Any other interesting information about this watch?
It's in all black, so I guess if you have failing eyes like we do, it may be harder for us to see. Maybe that's why they made it so you can touch the watch and actually feel the time instead of seeing the time.
So, again, I think the design is very interesting. I would probably say it's like I'd say like a 7, like kind of like the Santa Claus one. Desirability, I would say, is probably a 1. Being honest again here.
There's no Armenian ninjas.
No, there's no Armenian.
There could be. You could be the first.
Yeah, I'd be the first, yeah. And the last.
I think for me, design element wise, it's a 4. Just because there was a period in the past where all blacked out watches were very popular. I've always thought they were very difficult to read, but again, it could just be me and my failing eyes. Design wise, I'm not really a big fan of the big Band-Aid type strap, which you wrap around your wrist. I think maybe if you were like cosplaying or something, or it was like a one-time thing, it'd be kind of cool.
Okay.
But if you were to wear a watch like this every day, I think it would trap a lot of sweat.
That's
so you
true.
get very nasty very quick. Just aesthetically, it just looks like you're trying to go to the gym and it's like a sweatband on your arm.
Desirability for you, is this a 0 or a 1?
Probably a 1. I think 0 is a little too harsh
Yeah.
for any rating, so.
Plus, it's supposed to be 1 through 10.
Yes,
So I guess
exactly.
1 is going to be the lowest
Yeah.
one.
I think this next watch you really like, it's a watch for DJs.
Okay, yeah, this is right up my alley.
As you can see, the dial has an infinity mirror dial, and
Oh,
it reacts
yeah.
to UV light or black lights, so the watch is more luminous when you're at the club or
The
DJing.
club, so like you're trying to figure out, okay, how long until my set is done? You look at your watch, I got 10 more minutes, I can play 3 more songs.
Yeah, exactly.
got
And you
it.
can tell the time is very legible, and it is a mechanical moon, so it is automatic versus being quartz.
Okay, and being on time for a DJ is very important.
Yeah, are they really though? Aren't DJs usually late on set?
No, especially if they're playing after someone or someone plays after them, they have to be on time.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking more musicians than DJs.
yeah,
Musicians are always late.
Musicians
DJs
are
have
always
to be on
late.
time.
Yeah. Okay, this is very, very cool. It seems to be very thin also.
Mm-hmm.
I like the design, it's black. I kind of like this one a lot. I think the concept is good, and obviously DJing has become so big in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
The more weddings I go to, the more you see DJs instead of bands.
So one last thing you'll notice is on the glass,
Okay.
they have etched the number from 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. because that's usually when DJs
When
play.
DJs play. Okay, that makes
Exactly.
sense. That's very interesting. Oh yeah, I just noticed that.
What I kind of think is unique about this watch is, have you ever watched the movie Tron?
Yeah.
The way the band is in the middle and it lights up blue, it's
Oh,
very
yeah.
Tron-esque
Yeah,
in terms
you're
of,
right.
nightclub and
You're
very,
right.
like electronic. So yeah, it's very Daft Punkish, just the design and the electrical theme.
So look, I love the design. I think it's pretty unique. I would say the design is probably, for me, it's an 8. Desirability of wanting this watch, again, not seeing what else there is, I think this is a 7. What do you think?
Design-wise, I do like it, so it is an 8 for me as well. And I think a watch like this is something I actually would have, just because it's kind of unique, and I like the way they have print on the glass, and I think the orange hand is done very well.
Okay, so what do you think? What's your desirability?
8.
8. Wow. Okay. All right. So this is a winner right now.
Yeah, this is something I would actually buy.
Okay. Then you'll buy 2 because I'll take 1.
Yeah, right? I think for this next watch, you have to rate the watch as if you're a girl. It's called A Watch for Girls in Love. You'll notice, you'll see petals that say, love me not. Kind of like
Yeah,
people in the past that used to pull the petals off the
Oh
flowers.
yeah, when you were like a girl would be like, okay, he loves me not, and then
Exactly.
whatever you pull last, that's what it is.
Exactly.
She loves me. She loves me not.
Unless you don't like the answer, then you pick another flower
Yeah.
and you start over. Okay, so this would be for a girl to wear, I would assume.
For
Okay.
a girl, you'll notice it has dome glass, maybe reminiscent of like a snow globe, make
Okay.
it a little more feminine. So you'll notice the inside of the strap is pink, the outside is white. And I think, yeah, it was just made to spark positive feelings for people in love.
So if I was a girl and I looked at this watch, I think design-wise, I tell you something, I'd probably look at this as a 9. Now I'm looking at it again as from a girl's point of view.
Yeah.
I think this is a 9. I think it's very unique the way it spins. Desirability as a girl, I would say it's probably an 8. I think it's a very nice watch. It's very unique. It's definitely a conversational piece. And as a girl, I think I would be very unique and everybody would be like, oh, what is she wearing?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So I think that in that way, and girls always, in general, want to be felt special. And this would be something that would make you feel Very special. Those are my thoughts. What about you?
Yeah, I think in general, it looks like a very whimsical watch to me.
Okay.
I think even if I was a girl, I think I'd still want to know what time it is.
Okay.
And I feel like as a watch design itself, it's very difficult to tell what time it is.
That's true.
So I think as an accessory, maybe if I was to wear it with like a bracelet or,
Okay.
you know, something like that, it would kind of fall along that realm.
So more of a jewelry piece.
More jewelry, yeah.
than
More jewelry
watch.
than watch.
So what do you think? The design? What do you think? What's the number?
Design-wise, I think I would also rate it an 8 because I think it is very summery and it has very light elements, which I think is very cool.
Okay.
I think
Desirability?
desirability, depending on how much money I made as a girl, it might be like a 5 or a 6,
Okay.
just because it is very summery. And if I was a girl and I tried to match this in the wintertime, I don't see myself wearing this type of watch in the winter.
That's true.
It's definitely more like maybe summer dress, summer outfit, you know, like very, very, like
I can see that.
light, like you know, like light vibes.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And next up, we have the Vampire watch.
Vampire exclusive watch.
Vampire exclusive watch.
Oh, we're coming up on Halloween, so it's perfect timing. Okay.
You'll notice the time only displays from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
So-
when vampires lurk. So maybe you'll see the vampire at the club, right?
That's a good one, Andre. That's good.
Those were color stones. That's a gradient.
Wow, yeah.
It's like a power indicator, right? The more blood you have, the more fresh you are. And you can tell when you're low on blood, you know? And then you gotta re-up on the blood.
This is really, really interesting. I noticed the crown has a stone at the tip of
yeah.
it. Similar to
Cartiers
have
yes.
that, right?
But they have sapphire usually.
That's right. This is very interesting. Oh, look at the back of the watch.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
I think the band is very interesting too. It has like a cross type design printed into it.
Does the thing move? The
Oh yes, it looks like the bezel does
bezel
rotate.
moves. And half the bezel's red and half of it is like a diamond color?
So the bezel is a blood consumption tracker, so you can track how much blood you drink.
Oh, look, so it's light and then it slowly goes and gets dark.
I think it must be like the dive bezels of the past, where you put a marker on the current time,
Yeah.
and then you can track consumption.
That's
or
probably-
for diving, it's you can track air, but for vampires, you track blood. So this watch also has a 3 nights mechanical mechanism, so you can ensure that the watch will remain active for up to 3 days.
3 days, okay. In case you're sleeping for an entire 24 hours.
Exactly.
Got it,
It's,
okay.
You know, like blood coma, right?
Yeah.
Too much blood for one night. And then you also notice it has a red back to kind of mimic a beating heart when the.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. You know, Halloween Horror Nights is coming up, so
Oh,
this
that's
would be an
true.
interesting watch to wear there. And then while you're waiting in line for an hour and a half to go through a 2-minute maze, you can talk to people about your watch.
Right.
So I'll tell you what, I think the design on this is probably, if I was gauging it, I would say this is a 9. It's pretty high up there, the design.
Yeah.
I would say desirability, for me, it's probably like a 4. First of all, I'm not any kind of vampire. And I'm not into red watches.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to wear something like this. But like I said, as far as design, it's pretty cool.
I think for me, design element wise, it's a 5. I think it's very well put together, but with the black and red theme, just the silver case kind of sticks out to me as something that they should have maybe made black or red to kind of match the theme.
You know what? I think it's silver because in certain situations, when you put the stake through the heart of a vampire to kill them, in certain times it has to be silver. So maybe
Interesting.
that was the idea behind it. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, but I think even if that was true, I don't know if you really want to advertise your weak spot
Yeah, that's true.
in a watch. So
That's true.
But that's just me. I
That's
don't know.
true.
It's all,
Okay,
you
and then
know.
what about your desirability to have it?
It'd be pretty low. I would say maybe like a 3.
Great. And this is, when we talk about desirability, of course, me, I'm just a regular guy and I wear a watch. Now you sell watches.
Yeah.
Do you think if you had this watch and you had it here, would someone buy it right away?
I think for watches this niche, it'd have to be very specific.
Okay.
I think maybe if I had like a lot of Gothic clientele, maybe they'd be very interested in something like this.
Interesting.
But I think for the average consumer, I think it would be more of a difficult sell.
That's true.
Because it's not something you can wear all the time.
I didn't think about that. The Gothic theme is a very, it's a unique.
Yeah.
I think Marilyn Manson, the musician, hey, if Marilyn, if you're listening,
Yeah,
reach
right.
out to us. We'll get you
Or if you go to like Hollywood and you find a Gothic themed bar, right? Maybe you can
Yeah, maybe.
interest
maybe.
them in buying something like this.
Maybe. Okay, what's next?
All right, and last but not least, we have an egg watch. This case is made out of 10% eggshell for sustainability reasons.
Okay.
Apparently the band is also made out of eggs.
And I don't get it. So is it a watch or is it an egg timer?
It's a watch, and just by the look of it, it seems like you can put it into an egg timing mode, which is
yeah.
what the 12 minute at the bottom indicates. And then you can use that to time how well done you like your egg.
So you put it, and then you put the timer, and then when it beeps or makes a noise,
Yes.
then you know it's ready. Is that 12 minutes for a hard-boiled egg?
That's what it says.
I beg to differ.
Yeah.
I think it takes a little longer to make a hard-boiled egg than 12 minutes.
I agree. Because I think eggs are kind of controversial in that people like different doneness of eggs.
That's true.
And I think for a watch like this, you also have to factor in altitude.
Very
Because
good point.
time also changes based on if you're at sea level or if you're up in elevation.
Very good point. Now, only somebody that's a professional watch person is going to know that.
Yeah.
Regular guy like me would never understand.
Or maybe an egg connoisseur, right? Maybe some people really like poached eggs or an eggs done to a certain degree.
Okay, so an egg connoisseur and a watch connoisseur, if they're the same person, this would be perfect for them.
Exactly. But that's only if they're making their own egg. Maybe
Correct.
they hired someone else to make their eggs for them.
Got it. So speaking of eggs, if you were to have breakfast, how do you like your eggs?
I think in general, I've always been a over easy guy.
Over
for
easy
eggs.
guy,
Yeah.
okay.
So I like soft boiled eggs,
Okay.
even if they're hard boiled. Not too gooey in the middle, but gooey enough where you get like a nice texture and like umami flavor to your meal.
You know what? I'm an over medium guy. I like them a little runny so that I can dip my toast in there.
Oh, yeah, that's good too.
I'm not a hard-boiled guy, and I'm good with sunny side up too. I like that
The
too.
classic.
Yeah, the classic. Yeah. Look, I'll tell you something. Whoever designed this, they must love eggs.
Yes, I agree.
But design-wise, I would say if I was giving it a number, I would say it's probably a 6. It's an interesting design.
Yeah.
Desirability for me would be a negative. No, I'm just joking. It would be a 1. Because
Interesting.
I have no desire to wear a watch like
Oh,
this.
wow.
Even though I like watches that are conversational pieces, for me to try to explain what this is all about, I
Yeah.
think I would lose the person within the first 10 seconds.
I think for me, design-wise, it's a 9 for me. Just because I
9?
think it's a very interesting design.
Okay.
And I think whoever designed this watch is also an egg lover because you can tell the middle part is darker, indicating a runny center.
Okay.
Versus like a dark gray or like an overcooked egg.
What about desirability?
Desirability, I think I would actually buy this watch too. So it'd be like an 8 for me.
Really? Interesting.
I can have like an egg watch and then a bacon wallet. So whenever you go out for brunch, it's like,
So Andre will be at the next Comedy Store show because he's got a lot of jokes.
maybe that's my alternative persona.
Yeah,
right?
so I DJ
Comedian.
at night, and then
Exactly.
you go and do comedy
Exactly.
shows.
We can have a booth or show back to
Show
back.
back to back, yeah. Okay, interesting. So out of this is the 6 that we looked at.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting, huge, broad,
Yeah.
different designs. But the people that do these are very, very. They got a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah, I think maybe they unleashed their inner desire.
Probably.
Right? Maybe one of them really wants to be DJ, so he or she created the DJ watch.
Probably.
Maybe one is very much in tune with vampire culture, so maybe that's why they created the vampire watch.
True. Maybe one was making breakfast when they designed
Exactly.
this one.
And they're like, my eggs are never done well. I gotta
let me
make an egg timer,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. And you know what? It's very similar to the Labubu. Everybody that made those Labubus, it usually goes beyond what they want. So if
Exactly.
they're into Dodgers, like the one we have, that's what they do. If they like G-Dragon, like the other one.
Of course.
that's what- And then if they like diamonds and
Yeah.
gold, you saw what Sierra did. So yeah, I mean, everyone has their own taste, and I think some of the person's personality comes out on these watches.
Yes, of course. And I think that's what makes everything so creative and unique because
true.
no two people are the same.
Correct.
All right, so overall, the theme was incredibly specialized watches. Do you think all these designers hit that point?
I believe that they did. I think they did a great job. We can't push the boundaries of watches, jewelry, all those things without creative minds like this. And so even though it might not be my cup of tea, somebody else may love it. Like you saw, there were some of them where I liked to design. I would never buy it, but then you love both.
Yeah.
I think pushing the design envelope is very important. So I think it was I hope they continue doing something like
Yeah,
this, and
I
I
think
hope
so,
other
too.
jewelry companies and other watchmakers do these things because that's the only way we're gonna get people to be more creative and
Yeah.
see things that are out of the ordinary. So I
agree.
really liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. As I was watching this, I saw something you're wearing.
Yeah.
What is this watch that you're wearing? Because it's very interesting, very
So-
shiny, it's very big.
I don't know if this was ever a Seiko concept along what we were talking about, but it was a special edition watch, limited edition. They only made 2,000 of these watches. What I liked about this watch initially is it's very oversized, which was very popular back in the day. But I feel like they followed kind of like the AP offshore watch elements.
Yes.
And it has a very nautical theme and it's very vibrant or very bold and in your face, which
It
is what I
is.
kind of like.
It is. It's very big. I love the carbon fiber look.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's got these crown guards, right?
These are actually screw-down crown guards, which you don't see that often.
Yes. And then it's got these kind of rivets or something here all along the points. Wow.
And I think they kind of took the nautical theme along with other nautical, popular watches, kind of like the AP offshore.
And this is your personal one.
It is my personal watch. So the reason I got this watch personally is they only made 2,000 pieces. My birthday is on January 31st.
Okay.
This is watch number 131 out of 2,000.
Oh my God.
When I saw it, I was like, all right, I have
It's
to do
meant
it.
to be.
Exactly.
It's meant to be. Okay, this is a really, really cool watch. What does something like this cost?
The watch at the time of launch retailed at 3,800, which was a lot for a Seiko watch back then.
Yeah, it's a nice watch, especially if it's something you're gonna keep and you're wearing it. There's no value that you can put on it when you know it's something that you're gonna use. Okay.
So even like to this day, this watch is automatic chronograph, and any Seiko that's automatic with the chronograph is still above, like 2,000.
Wow, this is beautiful. I mean, if this was in your showcase and I saw it, it was definitely gonna be one of the ones I would pick as far as being able to see, like, hey, put it on my wrist, see what it looks like. Okay, so Andre, if they want to get more information about your store, what's the info they can
They can come check us out at St. Vincent, Plaza 3, number booth J28.
Okay, and then you have Instagram?
We do have Instagram. It's Beyond's Watches.
Beyond's Watches. Okay, guys. So visit Andre. He's always helpful here. We always have a good time. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about this new thing we're trying, where we're kind of sitting and talking? It's not really a podcast. It's really just us going back and forth talking about jewelry and watches and things like that. So make comments below. Let us know. Also, don't forget, we are doing the giveaway. We're trying to get to 50,000, and the only way to do that is for you guys to go to our Instagram, read all the information so that you know how to get into our little giveaway. And then so when we get to 50,000, we're giving away a Cartier watch. So it's either gonna be a female or a male Cartier watch, so men's or women's, depending on who wins. We have both options. So again, we'll put the link below. Make sure you go there and share the videos and make us grow so that we can reach out to more people and we can get bigger. And then when we get to 100,000, we talked about, Alex's bracelet is gonna be given away. So that's an important one. All right, guys, see you on the next video.